And then there was one. We'll talk boys basketball, but not before we talk about state tourneys and section playoffs. Coach O always planning ahead as we show you the best threes, followed by the ultimate game-winning three. Nothing but net. Sportsnight is next.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sportsnight. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro. We've got a very fun video to show, but
if you haven't seen it,
it'll be later.
If you hadn't seen it before the intro, don't worry. You're going to get to see Kenny Jones' miraculous shot over and over again when we get to the end of the show. Because believe it or not, boys basketball team, the last Cardinal sport in action for the winter season. So a couple of state tournaments to talk about. The biggest wrestling meet of the season was last week at the XL Energy Center. There were a couple of Cardinals there competing for state titles. The bad news is neither of them was able to place. The good news is they're both underclassmen and will be back to take another shot next year. And they gained invaluable experience just by being there with the best of the best. Jack Bridenstine won the 106-pound section title. He started out right, got a 4-2 decision over Bemidji's Gabriel Morin. Unfortunately, he lost the next match and finished 2-2 in the tournament. Carter Skradsky was the section runner-up at 160 pounds, and he drew eventual state champion Jed Wester from St. Michael Albertville in the first round. Got pinned in both of his state tournament matches. The guys he faced were finished first and third in the tournament. That's not too bad.
No.
It's a tough draw for Skradsky. He's a junior. He'll be back.
He will be.
And Bridenstine won. He won in the first round.
He did.
Lost. Then won in sudden victory, and then lost in sudden victory. A 0-0 match going to overtime and in what they call the blood round, because you're done or you will place. You'll be top six.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, they couldn't, but congratulations to them for making it as far as they did. And
fantastic to see. Yeah, and again, we talked about it all year long. A laundry list of injuries for Coach Adam and his Cardinals on the wrestling mat.
Yep.
And they get two guys to state. Both will be back. They have a couple of guys that were injured this year. They hope can stay healthy moving forward. Other state tournament was swimming and diving. Mitch Tronson not able to make it past the prelims. He finishes 19th place at state in 2 minutes, 6.08 seconds. But still, again, a young man that got a first taste of the big meet.
He'll be back.
He's a junior, so he will have another shot next year. And a couple other guys hoping to join him for the big meet next season. Cross-country team did have a couple of guys and gals who made it to the state tournament, and a couple of them not quite done with this season. Stella Bone of the girls team, just a freshman, and Albie Ludwig, I believe, is a sophomore for the boys team, have both been invited to compete in this week's Canadian Nationals in Thunder Bay, Ontario. So representing the Cardinals well, and we wish them both a ton of luck in that U16 event.
Yeah, congrats to them.
One other mention I forgot to mention last week is congratulations to swimming and diving assistant coach Haley Scholl, who was named the assistant coach of the year in Section 7AA.
Yeah, very cool. Congratulations. Well, the girls' basketball season is over for the Cardinals after falling to top-seeded Centennial in Wednesday's section quarterfinal. It's been a rough year, to say the least, for the Cardinals on paper, but their young team and with a brand-new program. While they lost to the Cougars in running time for the third time this year, they were able to limit their offense a bit better. But not at the start. Centennial had the first 15 points of the game before Kaylin Green jumped this pass and scored on the breakaway almost 7 minutes in. Well, the Cougars are going to build their lead to more than 20 points by midway point of the first half. Marissa Frost had 10 of her 13 before the break. Nice shot there from way outside. Cardinals trying to fight their way back into it. They're coming up here. Anyway, they can. Green drives, rebound kicks to Bierman for the open look, and she hits the three, but Centennial leads 36-13 at the half. Well, that lead continued to grow in the second. Casey Beck's three-pointer ended a 12-2 Centennial run. Beck and Green each had a team-high 7, but the Cougars ran away with another convincing win, closing out the Cardinals season with a 59-27 loss.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Bierman before the game, he said, you know, you look at the record on paper, doesn't look very good, but we've accomplished some benchmarks along the way, and we think that we're okay with where we are. Like to see the defense keep them in games a little bit better and get a few more shots to fall. But this is year one. We'll see. And they bring almost everyone back. They have a couple of girls they'll lose, but they're going to have a lot of experience coming back next year.
Yeah, they really will. And they're going to play a lot of the AAU ball. They'll get some opportunity to continue to grow their game for next season.
Well, and Centennial's pretty good. They will be in the championship against Blaine. It doesn't surprise a lot of people to see those two there. The way the Blaine-Anoka game went down, maybe a little bit surprising. Neither team cracking 40.
No.
It was 14-13 at the half. But Blaine actually beat Centennial just like the last week or last 2 weeks of the regular season. So that should be a tight one, and certainly not a gimme for the Cougars as the #1 seed. Well, the boys basketball team wrapped up the regular season with a pair of road games last week, including one of the most dramatic finishes in school history. So glad we had a camera in Elk River for Tuesday night's game because the ending was epic. The Cardinals went in hoping to end a 9-game losing streak, but facing an Elk River team that had won 3 in a row to get above 500 at 12-11. This game is close start to finish. Cardinals jump to the early lead. Connor Jordan hits a 3 from the top of the key, and they're off and running. But the Elks have a response. Cade Osterman with room in the corner. He hits a 3 to tie the game, and still, this is very early going. Osterman, though, had a game-high 27 for Elk River. Cards pushing the pace. Belpedio gets it to Jackson Young on the wing. That's 3 of his 15 in the game. Coon Rapids up by 2 at the half. Jerry Freeman had a team-high 25 points. But check out the assist. A beautiful bounce pass to Belpedio for the basket on the baseline. He got the bump as well, but they can't pull away. Then Elk River gets hot. This 3-pointer for TJ Cowett put the Elks in front, and they pushed that lead as high as a dozen. Cardinals chipping away. Great play by Jackson Hetwer. Inbounds off the defender's back, lays it in himself. Cards back within 5. 2 minutes left. Young with a miss in the lane, but Jordan kicks it out to Belpedio with a wide open look. He hits a 3. Cards trail by just 4. Final minute, pressure pays off on defense. Freeman with a steal and a dish to Belpedio at the back door. It's a 2-point game. Elk River a chance to seal it at the line, just 2 seconds left, but Carson Hawk misses, and Kenny Jones from 3/4 of a court away hits nothing but net. And the pandemonium ensues. Cards win 77-76. What a great way to end a long drought. Just a Cardinals' first win in a month and properly celebrated. So much fun by all the athletes, the coaches,
and everybody.
Even some parents getting into it.
I mean, there's so much to unpack in that video, and it's, you know, I'm happy for Kenny Jones, able to make that shot from about as far out almost as you can make it. And I love John Young running, did sprinting behind the bench
with the fist pump,
celebrating
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But congrats to Kenny Young, and we got to look at it a couple more times at least. There was talk, and how he brought it up immediately was this a bigger shot than Sam Carver's buzzer beater to beat Anoka. Other than the fact that that was a playoff game, I would say yes. I mean, this has certainly got him by distance. He's barely outside the arc in the defensive end, and he lets it go. And just absolutely center of the cylinder. Nothing but nylon. So much fun. I'm so glad the camera was there.
Well, it's interesting. I was getting some updates from Jill Hetwer, and thank you, Jill, for doing that, because obviously we were not there. And the first video was from the other side of the court that I was sent on that, and I sent that to you. And then when I saw our video, got a little bit better look at it. It's just amazing. I mean, and I still get goosebumps watching this thing. And again, it's just like, as you mentioned, from right beyond the arc on the other side of the gym. And to hit nothing but net. I mean, you didn't need the rim, you didn't need the backboard. All you needed was the shot from Kenny, and just fell right through.
Just a beautiful. It's.
We can't watch this enough. I mean,
no, and
I think I've watched it 50 times.
And you had sent me the video that Jill had sent you, and asked what my call might have been like. Well, I would have lost my voice.
Yeah.
I'm certain.
Absolutely.
But then after hearing some more about what led up to it, I probably also would have had a concussion from beating my head against the table that so many people missed free throws.
Right.
Even top guys who normally are very, very solid at the line can miss under pressure situations. And but wow.
That was so cool. Yeah, so cool.
Absolutely.
Yep. Well, on Friday, after all that excitement, the Cardinals traveled to Champlin Park for the regular season finale against the Rebels. The Rebels slipped past the Cardinals with a 1-point victory back in early January. Now it was an opportunity for the Cardinals to get a little redemption and hopefully go into the playoffs with some extra momentum. Check this out. Hetwer's pass blocked right back to him, so he goes down low instead and finds Anthony Belfidio on the baseline for the bucket, and the Cards start out with the lead. Champlin Park pressuring at the other end, but Joe Cummings can't convert. Jerry Freeman quickly gets it up court to Jackson Young on the break, part of his team-high 15 points in the game. Well, still early in the first, great movement by the Cardinals. They find Jackson, don't call me Jeremy Hetwer, with an open look from the wing. He knocks down a three and put the Cards up by 7. But the Rebels were far from out of it. They feed Molly Camara in the post. He wins the battle down low and scores. He's one of 3 Rebels with 12 points each. We're late in the first. Tegan Plum and Tate pops a 3-pointer in transition. Cardinals trailing by 1 at the break. Well, the Rebels are going to come out running in the second half, stretching the lead. A.B. Mohammed hits the 3, his only points in the game, but it put Champlin Park up by 11. Once they had the momentum, they didn't slow down. Check out the numbers in transition and a pretty pass off the backboard for the dunk by Camara. Champlin able to hold off the Cardinals at the end and secure the 68-57 win.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I didn't get as much detail as to what went into that, but they really would have liked to have 2 wins in a row going into the playoffs. I don't know that would have changed their seeding at all.
I don't think so either.
And they've got a tough draw. They're the number 8 seed, and number 1 Andover, according to Coach O, thinks maybe the best team he's seen in the section in his 10 years as a head coach.
Yeah, I mean they've got so many weapons, and Ben Kopetsky and Sam Masungu and among others. They're going to give the Cardinals all they can handle this on this coming Wednesday night.
Duluth East, the number 2 seed, will host Centennial. Cambridge Isani, the number 3, will host Forest Lake. Blaine and Anoka is the number 4-5 matchup. And we will certainly be there as far as the Cardinals can go. Can they put the glass slipper on against the Huskies? Throw the records out the window, Howie. It's playoff time. Playoffs. Huskies and the Cardinals tip off at 7 on Wednesday night at Andover. Of course, we can't show you playoffs live, so you'll have to wait until midnight. We'll follow them as far as they go, and then it's time for a little baseball.
Ooh, getting excited for that.
Just around the corner. But that's going to do it for this edition of Sports Night. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.